One.
I see all zeros now.
Hello, we're here. Angelo, konbanwa.
Konbanwa.
Because it's currently night there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's 11:15-ish p.m.
So are you halfway through your working day then? Because you're working different schedule, aren't you?
Yeah. I try to avoid. I'll be aligned with the UK time. So today, for instance, we worked most of the day in our morning, but I also did a couple of hours up to 10. But yeah, like last week I had to work completely aligned, so I had to work until 1 and 1:30 a.m.
1:30 a.m.
Yes.
And then you're still going out and seeing Japan the rest of the time, right?
Yes. That's the deal.
So you're awake a lot.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. We have time to sleep.
Good. All right, so we've brought you on here just to talk about the way that you study Japanese and what works for you and what doesn't work for you, because anyone watching this can get tips and hints and they can basically learn from you. So that's what I want to make sure, is that people learn something, they take away something today that they can actually use and make progress quickly, because we all want to speak Japanese as quickly as possible, right?
Yes.
Yes. So first question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, I think in each phase of the learning, there are different things that get your speed going. And so it's very, of course, personal, and it really depends on what level you are and what is the part that you need working on, to leap forward. But yeah, of course, I can talk about my experience. So in my experience, so what I used to do when I was in Edinburgh, basically I had kind of 3 different activities going on in the week. One is when I'm on the bus, so I use apps on the phone and while commuting, and that is a great way to have something every day in Japanese. And regarding those, I tried playing with flashcards and apps that basically try to improve remembering words and kanji and kanjis and stuff like that. But I kind of find them a little boring because there's not much context. They're not, entertaining. So I've done a great deal of them. So I'm not saying they are not useful, but after a while, I need something else. So what I found recently that really helped me is this Easy Japanese News app, and that basically on the NHK site there are all the normal news, but then there are also easy news already prepared by them. But this application takes them and do a lot of things that help a learner. And so, and the nice thing is that every news is read by a Japanese, so you can listen to that while you watch and you check translations and stuff. So it helps both reading and speaking, at least understanding, listening. So different apps. I tried games, but I didn't find any that is actually really entertaining.
So what games did you try that you didn't like?
Yeah, I don't remember the names, but there were like those games where you need to progress. You need to identify the reading of a kanji so that your character kind of hits the opponent or something like that. But usually they start very basic, and there isn't a lot of progression, that entertains, at least didn't me.
Right.
But yeah, I don't remember the names. But I really recommend Obenkyo for the flashcard kind of things, and Easy Japanese News for reading Japanese in context, and
Yeah.
and it's done very well. And you also have trial JLLPT tests there if you want for free, which is interesting. Right. So another thing I do is
I'll just show everybody the Obenkyo the app.
yes.
Obenkyo. So that's the app that Angelo is just talking about there. It's got lots of different elements you can go through. There's grammar as well. Okay.
Yes. So another thing, so up to the beginning of this year, I also followed the evening course at the Edinburgh University, the open learning thing, which is very good, and it helps you with grammar and having a nice class of people to talk to. And so I recommend those. They're not expensive, and so they helped me a lot.
So for anyone that's not based in Edinburgh, they can usually find Japanese language lessons at a local university.
Sure. Then I stopped doing this mainly for time issues, but then trying to learn and improve my speaking and listening, I started watching more frequently doramas, which is a great way to improve your listening skills and expressions, and and if you like Japan, they are great, fun to watch. And then last but not least, I try to follow the Nihongo Connection activities. I try to be at the Friday evening meeting as much as I can, because that is very, very useful, and especially for the confidence part of it. So you see, I try to understand what is the actual, big benefit of this meeting, and it's that basically you can see with your eyes that your Japanese actually works. Of course, at your level, but you have there Japanese people, so the real deal, and you can speak to them, and you can see that there are the words you have learned, in your maybe class or you're on the app or whatever, they actually work, and people understand and they respond, and that is, priceless. And so you start build confidence. That if you are a beginner and you want just to tell, how's it going, what's the weather like, or stuff like that, that you can do that because you have tried yourself in a safe environment that this works, and people answer and stuff. So that is great. And then there are games played with other people, and so it's a kind of a easy speaking practice, which is great. And on top of that, as you progress, there's people that wants to learn, and you end up teaching to them, and that is another great way of learning, because you need to think, so how this thing works, even if you have learned, and maybe you have learned a couple of years ago, you don't remember the rule, then it comes back, and you have to find a way to teach, and that sticks in your mind. So that is also good. And all of that with great people. I mean, I met a lot of friends and people that I connected to. So I really recommend that, honestly. So these are the things I do in my week to keep my Japanese going. Then it's kind of a not a study activity on itself. What it really helps is the friends I made at the club are it's people I chat with on Facebook or Messenger, whatever. So I get to actually communicate with a purpose related to me, to the other friend, and we go on, and that is amazing because you pick up the kind of way of saying things and expressions that are everyday life stuff, and that is priceless, and I love it, especially because I'm a Japanese freak. I love it, and having Japanese friend is amazing for me because their culture and the way they think is close to me, so it's nice.
So tell us about you're currently in Japan.
Yes.
So you arrived. What happened?
So I think this is a good moment to talk about the badge story. So basically, the first time I came, I came to Japan was last year. I came here with my wife. We had a 3 weeks trip, and I was a bit disappointed because, of course, and I enjoyed the trip. But being a Japanese language learner, I did hope to speak a lot and use that as a big practice exercise. But in reality, that didn't happen much. I didn't have many occasions to talk, and the normal things, the normal chances you have to talk with Japanese people when you are traveling is when you talk to people, waiters or people at the hotel, or the normal kind of touristy interactions you have. And those are not a place where you can just chat openly about things. And mainly they speak honorific Japanese. And that is a big barrier, because working my way through pointing to be, intermediate speaker, I didn't meet any honorific Japanese. So that was a big stumbling block. I didn't understand public announcements, addition, and stuff like that, and being probably I didn't really engage much in conversation. So before coming to Japan this year, I picked up somewhere in the Facebook group the suggestion to use the Nihongo de Hanashimashou badge, and since I got one at the last year boot camp, I decided to give it a try. So every day when I go about, I use it. I have it there. And it works, guys. It really works. I'm amazed by this, because Japanese people, when they see that, they kind of feel entitled to speak Japanese to you, because normally they try to do to follow the tourist kind of expressions and things they are prepared to do for their job and blah, blah, blah. But if they see that some of them, well, not all of them, but most of them, they start to interact in Japanese, and they kind of challenge you and see, okay, so you speak Japanese, then let's speak Japanese. So this is great. And sometimes, like while walking the ramen alley in Sapporo, I had people pointing at me, "Oh, Nihongo de Hanashimashou," and we had some fun. So, and in the ramen shop as well. So that was great, super fun. Sometimes you find some of them who speak like super fast, and then you regret having that. Slow down, please. But that is the deal. That is where you are kind of pushed. So this is the badge story. Yeah, so it works, and I always have it with me.
Brilliant. So what I'm hearing here is the main difference between your first visit and your second visit is just the getting relaxed with the locals by using the badge. And do you think that your level has improved between the two visits?
Yeah, my level has improved. This year, between the two travels, I've progressed. I continued to study, and I picked up words. So I think I'm better, but mainly have more chances to talk. So that is also helping my confidence, and also, taking out of my mouth what I actually know. So a bit of both.
Brilliant.
But yes.
So tell us a bit about where you've been so far and what you've seen.
Okay, so we arrived in Narita, and we stayed a couple of days there. So that is a lovely small town, super nice, with a lot. There's a road full of shops and traditional establishments. It's great, and it goes to a temple park. Again, it was super nice to watch. And they are crazy for Ebi's, sorry, what's it called? The
Prawn?
snake-like fish.
Oh, yeah, the snake that they put in the sake.
Eel, yes,
Eel.
eel. They cook eel like crazy. It's their traditional thing, and they do it on like a yakitori kind of thing, and that's delicious. Then we stayed 2 weeks in Sapporo, so we went to in Hokkaido. We stayed 2 weeks there, and we went around. There's a in the south of the Hokkaido. There's a place called Noboribetsu, where there are beautiful onsens, and there is a nice place to go. We also went to Furano. It's in the center of Hokkaido, and there is famous for flowers, beautiful fields of lavender mainly, and also melons. You can find the Yubari melons, and where they can cost 80 pounds, and they are like jewels, and they are so good and juicy. When you eat them, it's like eating cream. The level they are, so ripe and juicy. It's unbelievable. And then a few days ago, on Sunday, a couple of days ago, we traveled to Okinawa. So we are in Onna now, which is kind of in the middle of the island. It's a small town.
Okay.
And we are here now. We've been for a couple of days. We've checked beaches, which are crazy nice. The sea is
I was
blue.
just trying to find a picture of you with that interesting thing on at the flower. I was trying to find it on my phone because I really want to show everybody, but I can't. I can't find it. But
So
sorry, yes, I interrupted you.
No, it's a melon hat.
I will find it. Carry on speaking. I will see if I can find it and show everybody because it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think I might have it as well. But yeah, so well, I mean, it's Okinawa, and so we have a typhoon going on now today, basically. But apparently, we are safe. There's no problem. We just saw big winds, so it feels like being home.
In Edinburgh.
But so nothing worrying really. It's just a day where we couldn't go to the beach, basically. But yes, so enjoying local food. So here, mangoes and pineapple are unbelievably good.
Did you go to the pineapple park?
No, yet, no.
Oh, are you going to go?
I didn't know about it. I'll research.
Yes, I went there when I was in Okinawa, the pineapple park. It was good fun. You go on these little pineapple kind of buggy things, drive around.
Everything is so cute around here. It's unbelievable.
Super cute.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Yoshi's watching. Hi, Yoshi.
Okay. Hello. So we went to the farmers market south of Onna, and there we found local food, and this mangoes are very good, and a lot of local things.
What's next?
So we stay here for a total of 3 weeks. The last week will be Naha, the capital, and then after that we will transfer to Fukuoka. We stay there a couple of weeks, and then last stop Tokyo. Well, Tokyo and Yokohama, and for roughly 5 weeks there, because Tokyo is Tokyo,
Yeah.
And then we'll come back, sadly.
Yeah.
So this is the plan.
So your confidence speaking Japanese must be through the roof now.
Well, it's going on. Like it's growing. When we were at the local farmer market, we had the trouble finding the bus stop to come back. So I asked a guy where was the Basso Noriba. And I think what often happens here is that they see that you are a foreigner, so they expect you to speak English no matter what. So they really find hard to switch back to Japanese. So he looked at me for a while. Basso Noriba. And so then click. So we started discussing, and so he was super helpful, and he brought us around trying to find this place. Then he pointed us there. Then while walking, we again had a big trouble, and a lady coming. She was like, "Oh yeah," I explained the situation to her. She helped us, and while walking us toward the bus stop, she said, "Oh, you speak amazing Japanese," of course in Japanese. And then she asked me, "Did you live in Japan?" And I was like, "Whoa, no!" So that was really, really nice to hear.
What I found.
Oh yes, that is me with a melon head. Yes, in
Very good. So she thought that you'd been here for ages, or been there for ages.
yeah,
Sorry.
she thought, "Oh, your Japanese is so good. So did you live in Japan?" Yeah, these are the things you want to hear all day.
These are the things that make you excited to hear, right?
Absolutely.
That just boosts your confidence so much more as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always I'm self-conscious about making mistakes, and mainly not understanding what they answer back, which is huge problem. Mm-hmm. And I find it hard to say, "Yeah, can you repeat, what did you say? Sorry, blah blah." But I mean, the more successful conversation interaction you have, the more go and try, and then worst case scenario, you try to revert back to English or katakana language.
But as long as something's coming out of your mouth, right? As long as you are making some progress.
Yeah, you often get, you are surprised by what you actually pick up. And even if you make a mistake, it's, you're there, you're doing it. So that is priceless.
Exactly. Well, Angelo, thank you very much. I know we've got 5 comments, so let me see if I can just check out what the comments are. Let's see if there are any questions for you. Just a second. Let's see if I can find here. So anyone that's watching, you can ask Angelo any questions about traveling, what sort of thing he's doing in Japan, what sort of places he wants to go to next. So Yoshi Sensei says hello.
Hello.
Says hello twice. Hello. Good job doing what you do, Angelo, says Robert.
Thank you. It's great fun.
How long ago did you discover our group, Angelo?
I was trying to remember that. So probably not long before the 2016 boot camp, I think.
Okay.
So a couple of years.
So anyone that doesn't know, in November, we run a Japanese language proficiency test preparation immersion boot camp. So from the minute we meet everybody on the Friday evening, we speak Japanese all the way through until Sunday afternoon. And we all stay in a country house away from other people. So everybody in the house, we all stay together and speak only Japanese for 3 days. And there are also lessons whilst we're there. So we have native speakers come in and they're experts in the JLPT layout, and they teach preparation lessons for the test. It's generally a couple of weeks before the JLPT happens, and the JLPT usually happens at the start of December. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the boot camp. That's something that we do in Edinburgh in November. I've got to start organizing that one for this year, actually.
Yeah.
You're going to be back for that, right, Angelo?
Yeah. I mean, well, depends on, but I will be back on the kind of 23rd, no, end of September. So
Okay.
I suppose it should be fine.
And several people from our group, our Edinburgh group, will be going to Japan in September. So you'll probably pass them in the air.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we've got some questions coming in now. So Robert's asking, 日本は楽しいですか?
はい、すっごく楽しいです。はい。
And Yoshi Sensei asks, have you experienced any difficulties understanding the local dialect?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't think I'm at the level where I can, distinguish between different dialects. I have my difficulties are are enough, regardless of the dialect. So I don't know really. I've picked up around that there are some words that are used, like there's a special welcome word which comes around a lot in writing, and that seems to be local, but no. So not more than usual. That's the question. The answer.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to display Robert's question. 日本は楽しいですか? See, I can display it on the screen. It's quite fun, this.
Yeah, it
楽
is.
しいですね.
Hi.
Okay, who else? Anyone else got questions? Oh, there's Robert's comment earlier. There you go. He says, good job doing what you're doing. If there are any other comments or questions, just drop them there and we will be able to ask Angelo while he's here. So, Angelo, it's bedtime there, right?
Well,
Or are you going back to work?
No. The day is over.
You're done.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think there's any more questions. I haven't seen any others come through. So if that's all the questions, we will say thank you very much to you, Angelo. I know it's the middle of the night there, so you must be very tired. Otsukare-sama desu. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Japan, where everybody wants to be.
Yes.
So, is it possible to see a little bit of where you're staying? Is it very Japanese or is it a Western room?
Normal kind of thing. I mean, the Japanese, the most Japanese aspect of this house, everything is tiny, super small kitchen, super small. But
have you got a kotatsu?
Kotatsu?
Do they have kotatsu in Okinawa? Because it doesn't really get very cold, does it?
You mean the table with the carpet? No, carpet.
With the heater.
Yeah, no. There's the air conditioning here because it's crazy warm.
Yeah.
So no, there's no heater. I didn't see anywhere, but it's very Western style kind of thing, except that everywhere there are writings on be careful doing that, be careful doing that, don't do that, blah blah blah, everywhere. It's very Japanese sense. And they have the clever bathroom that in the tank you have the tub where the water goes and you can wash your hands there before going to the tank, which is something I love. It's super genius kind of thing.
Saving water.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can show us?
I mean, it's not particularly pretty. The things that we've been filling up the place with our stuff. So this is the kitchen. This is the room. There are 2 beds and all our luggage is there, and the window, and Okay. There is a small closet
Mm-hmm.
there where you can see there's the fridge and the
Do you have
microwave.
Do you have the special toilet,
The special
a heated
toilet.
toilet seat, and
No. The toilet is the one, as I mentioned, with just
the
um,
hand washing?
the kind of thing. Can you see?
Yeah.
This is the sink and the bathroom here. Sorry, the shower where you have the place where you shower and the bathroom.
And the genkan? Do you have a genkan there?
What is a
Entrance
ginkan?
area. The entrance
Yes,
area.
with all the shoes
And the little
outside.
step. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that is. What else is interesting to know? Yeah, this is the place.
It's good to see, because
nice.
I mean, there's plenty of people that haven't even seen an apartment or the kind of layout in Japan to see how little it is. So it's good to see.
Yeah, this is actually not very small for the standards. You can find even smaller, but it's okay. We are staying fine here.
Perfect. All right, Angelo, we will leave you now. Get some sleep. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to be interviewing Anna in 10 minutes.
Nice.
Here again. So if you do stay up a little bit longer, maybe you can say hi to Anna. But thank you so much for joining us from Japan. It's
very
great
welcome.
to see you.
It's great to see you too.
I'm looking forward to seeing you back online in the conversation clubs when you can come along.
I'll definitely try. Yes.
And keep wearing your badge.
Yes.
You're doing fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. Angelo,
Bye.
matane.
Matane.